welcome back to Abstract Medicine. We're going to be doing a beautiful ASMR video all about hyping up your love. Let me hype you up. Let's hype up the inner love within you so that you can attract it outside of yourself. We have some dice here. We are also going to be using the charms. It's going to be a pick a pile. There are going to be 3 piles to choose from. Here are the piles. They were pre-selected 24 hours ago for this special reading. For those of you who are listening only, that's okay. Just tune in to the 3 piles I'm going to share with you in a moment. This one is pile 1. This one is pile 2. And this one is pile 3. Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. We have the card, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. This card talks about surrendering into your vulnerability, being open to emotional fulfillment, whilst also reminding yourself to love who you are. Love your flaws, your insecurities, your experiences, your courage, the courage to open up your heart to love that wants to come in. That door is knocking, wanting to come in, to embrace you, to share knowledge and experiences with you. But right now, your heart is closed. Your heart chakra is closed. This is an opportunity to open your heart chakra in this reading while you listen to my voice that activates the opening of your heart chakra that is currently blocked. We are going to get the Shaman's Dream Oracle cards for pile 1 to see and hear further into what needs to be released at this time and any other messages for pile 1. Let's hype pile 1 up. The first card we have is Whale Song with the word resonating. Here is the card. The second card is Cosmic Womb. and it's the Divine Feminine with a number 6. The third card is Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain. This is the third card. We have the number 22. And the last card is Jeweled Web, connectivity. We have the number 32. The letter C, W, F and J could be very significant for you. We have the number 61, which is a number 7, number 6, number 22, which is a master number. We have number 32, which rounds down to a 5. We don't typically round down master numbers. We have 7, 6, 22 and 5. Some of us who resonate with this pile are needing to go backwards in time to a time of your childhood, a time of introspection, a time of your greatest imagination and your naive self. This is an opportunity right now in this reading to unlock the pain within your childhood self, to transmute it where you have felt abandoned, neglected, undesired, disregarded, dejected. You may have felt like a fool for being emotionally open, vulnerable, naive, imaginative, a dreamer. This is a time to come back into the cosmic womb, which is the universe's embrace of love, and the divine feminine, unconditional, emotional opening of love that is wishing and wanting and desiring to embrace you as you allow it to open up and enclose you in its safety, in its security womb, in its embracing wings of love and healing. This is a time, pile 1, to connect with Mother Nature, to connect with the interconnectedness of the trees, the interwebbing and the communication of the maternal love that is present in our planet Earth, Gaia, and in turn connected with the parallel universes which are born from the universal love of the divine feminine, which is, as a whole, oneness. Spirit would like to say that we have seen your pain, and your pain has not gone in vain. Your pain was not felt alone, for it was reverberated through the cosmic wave and heard throughout and many planets. We who salute you and love you and adore you from watery realms, the watery realms of Uranus, the watery realms of Neptune, the watery realms of a discarded planet, Lemuria, see you. You are currently being activated not only through your heart space, but also through your psychic being. You will become more psychic and further interconnected. You will become more sensitive, and this is a blessing, this is not a curse. For those of you who have felt that you have been cursed because of your sensitivity, it is not because, it is in spite of, but actually it is a blessing. Once you are aware of your super sensorial experiences, you will see that your feeling senses are there to protect you. You have been overprotecting your heart space because, and we know, you have been hurt many times over, and it is scary, we know this. Empathically, compassionately, to open up to someone, to others, to many, when you have been hurt many times over. Pile 1, it is now safe for you to love, knowing that you are love. You are loved, you are loving, and you are lovable. Remember this. We see you, and now you get to see yourself in the way that we see you. We love you, and we only wish for the best for you. There are jewels here that could be very significant to you, Pile 1. Some of you are going to be falling pregnant soon and have been hearing the sound of motherhood coming through, singing to you for 6 to 7 months now. In order to bring a child, what they are actually saying, because what I'm hearing is in order to beget a child, one must forgive. Ladybirds could be very significant. In American English, it is called ladybugs. Ladybugs are very feminine, sweet, delightful, innocent, beautiful, colourful, unusual, discreet, pretty. They bring joy. And they are observing a future timeline of you, Pile 1, where you will be celebrating your wishes fulfilled with family, with chosen family, with friends, with loved ones, and ones to come in. Pile 1, you are heavily connected to the whales and whale song. You are also connected to spiders, butterflies, flowers, fairy, the fae, elves, as well as birds. We had the Four of Pentacles, showing, indicating that many of you have been taken advantage of, where people have tried to take from you rather than give to you. Those are the messages from the Wheel of the Year. Let's have a look at the Psychic Tarot, which you know I use as oracle cards. Pile 1. For those of you who are able to see in this video, you can see that there is a card that is full of green and the words spiritual union and the number 2. We have two people who are dark skin in tone, connecting their foreheads to each other, looking, one female looking at the bowl that is before them, the chalice full of water with an infinity sign, a number 8 laterally. The male, the masculine, is looking directly at the female. This card indicates that the female has done the emotional work, filling her own cup, knowing that she is loved and that she is love itself, having connected to the feminine energies and the cosmic waves and the cosmic worlds and the cosmic planets and the cosmic love that we indicated earlier. The masculine here sees and respects this within her and is in turn giving her the love that he sees that she is. And in turn he is also loved. There is a spiritual union for many of you who are learning through these difficulties, through abandonment issues, through emotional pain, through rejection, and all of the details that I no longer wish to trigger you on. But I feel you are healing at this time those things that are and have been very painful. Many of you who have chosen Pearl 1, which is the number 1, which is you, the ego, as well as releasing it and connecting to the one, the true God and source, will now find union with the number 2, with someone else who has also gone through similar. If not, they massively empathize with what you have gone through. We have a number 1, then a number 2, moving into the number 3. You are experiencing great changes right now, Pile 1, and I would like to hype you up for having gone through so much difficulty and even still showing love to others. That is a very difficult challenge, and not many people are able to do that in this world. You heard the phrase hurt people, and you are one that no longer knows that that is not something that resonates with you. You only love. Your phrase is hurt people, love people. Now, no longer hurt yourself, but love yourself. Pile 1, we have partnerships and alliances, and we have the number 3. In this card, there are 2 hands that are grabbing and grasping each other, holding each other's, feeling each other's pulses, possibly after a long way away, a time away, a lifetime, past lives away from each other, now coming into a connection, a union with each other. The colour green is very significant of the heart chakra. For a lot of you, Pole 1, you are going through changes and you are going through an activation of your heart chakra that is currently being opened up. And you psychically know that your person is on its way, on their way. Even if you are already in a connection with someone, there may have been difficulties or separation, or, for most of you, this thing of pain from your childhood has come up again, once and for all, and your bond with your loved one will become stronger on account of this pain that is being transmuted now. Let's have a look at the charms. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. For those of you who selected Pile 2 and how we're going to be hyping you up in this reading, and all about love, we have the card Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Pile 2, for those of you who are unable to see this video, we have a man and a woman walking away from the viewer. The man is dressed in black, in a black tuxedo. The woman on the left-hand side of the man is dressed wearing a white wedding gown. They are both looking in each other's direction, and they are walking in a very sunny, balmy woodland area. Pile 2, this is a time to retreat with your lover. This is a time to find calm and emotional stability with your lover. This is also a beautiful time to relearn things about each other and to learn new things about each other. You see, we are constantly changing. We are constantly in a moment, from moment to moment, time and space of evolution. And when each individual evolves, the other also evolves. We have a time of sacred union and sacred protection where we are falling in love with each other all over again, Pile 2. For those of you who are single at this time, this may not be your reading. You may wish to listen to Pile 1 or Pile 3. For those of you who are in a relationship or a situationship, this is a time to reintegrate your energies with the person of interest, Pile 2. This is also a message for you, Pile 2, to not share everything that happens within closed doors to the outside world. It is important to keep your relationship sacred. No one needs to know what happens between you and the person that you love. I do feel and I do sense a lot of romanticism here, Pile 2. We're going to be having a look at the Shaman's Dream Oracle cards for further guidance. Angels, ancestors, guides, please may we have 4 cards for Pile 2. Pile 2, how to hype them up and what is happening in their love life. We have Pile 2, the card number 1, which is the Father's Gate, and it says bold step forward, and we have the number 55. I do feel that some of you have a father in spirit a father in spirit, but also the Father, your Lord, your God, who is protecting your union with your person, your love of interest. For those of you who have lost a father and they are in heaven, Pile 2, they are beaming down their love through large spectres of light, they are saying. For many of you who are males, Pile 2, you will be a father soon. And if you have also lost a father and your father is in spirit in heaven, they are bolstering you up, dear son, giving you the strength that you need for this great change and transition in your life. They know that it is going to be difficult. Life is always met with challenges. But they are also saying to you, Pile 2, that this is a time to stay away from the world as you cradle your lover and your new baby to come within the next 10 months, so that you can find a way to nurture and love them unconditionally in a sacred way, protecting them from harm and outside influences and outside negative vibrations that can hurt the being that you so love. The being that you so love is also the third being, which is the union between yourself and your lover. Two people actually make the third, they are saying. Two people make the third, not just only with a child, but two people make the third. There is you, there is them, and then you and them make the third. I do see a lot of you are Christians, and a lot of you are Muslims, and a lot of you believe in the Prophet, believe in a great teacher. Spirit is saying to continue believing and to keep praying. Wow, I'm getting chills. Pile 2. The next card that we have is the crossing, and we have the word initiation. Pile 2. We have number 54, and we have a great vortex opening up. A lot of you are going to be initiated. I'm seeing Star Wars, and I'm seeing a Jedi Knight. A lot of you may resonate with this film. My throat chakra is closing up. I feel some of you are going to be opening up your throat chakra to communicate something that has been stopping you. Some of you are going to be in a leadership of power, and with that comes great responsibility, and a lot of you are enhancing your masculine energy, your patriarchal energy in a positive way, beaming light to the world, sharing and showing others that the patriarchy is also good. Some of you have been tempted to go dark and into the channel and pathway of temptation. Which is the toxic patriarchy and the toxic masculine. For some of you who are not males, you may have experienced this, witnessing this in your lover who is a male or a masculine energy. We did talk about Christians, and a lot of you are believers of Christ. And we have this crossing here, which is the cross. Many of you are being encouraged to cross yourselves right now, and I will do the same. Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. We have number 54, we have number 55 and 54. Pile 2. There's a very strong message here for those of you who really resonate with this particular pile 2, that you will be visited by Jesus himself, Yeshua, Jesus of Nazareth. There are many demons who like to pretend that they are him, so be aware and be careful which energy you are connecting with. Make sure that you are connecting with the true Jesus of Nazareth. Your God is also protecting this union and this sacred connection that you have with your love. Jesus himself had gone through much hardship and sacrifice and resurrection. Not all is lost, pile 2. And you will be seeing miracles when you come into union and further union with your love and lover. You really understand what true love is when you are loved unconditionally. and that the greatest reward in this whole world is to be loved and to love. The ultimate sacrifice in this world, Pile 2, is to surrender into the divinity that God loves you. Surrender into the understanding and truth and fact and belief and faith that God loves you and God is love. True love does not want anything from another other than to be themselves. And this is what you are understanding in the next chapter of your life, Pile 2, with your lover and within the connection that you have, which is very sacred. I am picking up on Pile 2 that you are in a connection with someone, in a relationship with someone that is divinely blessed. This is a sacred union. Pile 2, the third card, is Will-o'-the-Wisp, Treasures Hidden in the Shadows. It is a very blue card, very watery and very airy at the same time. The number 62 could also be very significant. This is the third card. The last card, the fourth card, is Spirit of the River, Movement Toward Adventure. Another very blue card. This is the fourth card. We have number 50 in this card. So you find your treasure when you go through great challenges. Whatever brings you joy is where your treasure is. And Pile 2, I do see that you will be finding great treasure in the treasure that is your lover. Sometimes moving in the shadows is actually better than always being everywhere all at once, where others can feed your energy. So it's a good time to retreat from the world, disconnect from the world, social media, and maybe go dark for a while, away from your social media presence. Reconnect with your lover, and also reconnect with your hobbies and the things that you love. I do see, Pile 2, there is a lot of joy coming through you and coming in your world. Pile 2, I am very much picking up on a child. I'm picking up on creativity. I'm picking up on love. I think a lot of you are tired of what you see online. A lot of you are really coming back into your faith further, and I feel like your next chapter, Pile 2, is about reconnecting with the invisible world and the world that makes you feel at ease, a world where you pray, a world where you connect with your love, a world where you visit the cemetery as well, where you provide offerings to those that you have loved, particularly your father figures, your grandfathers, your grandfather, your father, or a paternal figure, a mentor who you loved and cared for greatly. You could also create a shrine where you could be doing this too. I do see a lot of you are going to be visiting church or a temple or a mosque where you'll be praying and you'll be humbling yourself, which is a sacrifice of the ego. When you humble yourself and you bow down, your heart is higher physically than your head. So this is beautiful. I do see a great transformation here with the butterflies and the dragonflies. So butterflies and dragonflies can be very significant for you, part 2. We also have Spirit of the River. Now remember I said that my throat chakra was blocked and I started to cough slightly. This is a message for those of you who have felt that you were not able to live your truth or speak your truth. You are gaining great power in this particular area in your body. Your throat is where you get clearance, where you also are a man of your word. So you're someone who is very honourable and you like to be that in the world when maybe there are no positive examples of that around you. And you may have experienced that from father figures who have passed on, who used to be like that, men of their word. Now remember, at the very early the beginning of this reading, we spoke about fathers and great power and responsibility and sacrifice. I do see that that is going to be of resonance for you, and how you get to be a positive example of positive patriarchy rather than toxic patriarchy. In a world where people are sacrificing their own integrity, part 2, you are not sacrificing your integrity, you are sacrificing your ego in order to be an example for yourself and for your lineage, but also to God and to others. Spirit of the River, movement towards adventure. You're moving into a new chapter of your life that's going to be very exciting. Pile 2, let's get 2 cards from the Wheel of the Year. We have a King of Wands. I am speaking here to a man, or masculines here, masculine energies if you are a woman. They, them. I am picking up on a very strong masculine energy here. I do see marriage here, and I do see that many of you are going to take that great bold leap, step forward and initiate a proposal for the love of your life. This has been divinely guided, and I do see here with the King of Wands and the Knight of Chalices, this does talk about romance and great love, passion, boldness as well, pile 2. With the King of Wands, I do see that you are very bold, very passionate, very creative as well. You have a happy demeanour, and I do see that you're also a self-made man, and Spirit would like to reward you for all of the hard work that you have made, not only financially, creatively, but also by being an example, an exemplary pillar, I am hearing, to the world, where you get to transform the negative attributes of what it is to be masculine and actually wear your heart on your sleeve. Let's have a look at the charms, but before we do, we're going to have a look at the Psychic Tarot. Pile 2. 2 cards, please. Pile 2. I do feel, pile 2, that you are very protective as well, protective over your connection. The card that we have, for those of you who are unable to see the card, is a very green card, all about love. And it says, love begins, with 2 hands of opposite person holding one vessel, pouring it into the river stream. That's beautiful. Now remember how I spoke about how there are 2 people and then they become the third within the union. So we have a collaborative energy here where love is being renewed, love begins again, romance begins again, and I do see birth here because water brings life. So I do see a new birth, a rebirth in the connection, re-romanticizing, perfect time during Mercury retrograde as well. And a reawakening, and I do see marriage, a new chapter, which is marriage is a vortex, and I do see pregnancy here as well. The number 1 indicates oneness and the connection with God. We have victory and success, and in this card we have a man who's a trumpeter, and he is playing his trumpet on a cliff for all to hear and being praised by spirit, by the sun. We have number 6 here, a very happy, successful, opportune, good luck card here, where we have reciprocity. Your hard work is being paid off, and recognition here. So for you, pile 2, how I'd like to hype you up is well done. Well done for being a great example of positive masculinity in the world, and also for wearing your heart on your sleeve, for being integral with your word, and also being uniquely yourself and humbly proud of your achievements. You are a self-made person, and Spirit would like to congratulate you on that. If you are not a man and you resonate with this reading, this could be your significant other. So we're now going to move on to the charms. Pole 2, the charms that we have are the Om sign, the children sign, cannot make it up. We have the heart and the bottle top, the anchor, the hook, the falling star, the child again, another falling star, and another anchor. Wow. So you are in a divine partnership here. There are 2 people who are very secure in themselves, in their work, in their being, very mature as well, emotionally intelligent too, and very stable. And they are both together, being that anchor for each other. This is a very stable, secure, and very grounded, rooted connection based on faith. The Om sign is each individual shape of the Om, if you can have and care to look it up, indicates each vibrational chakra, each sound of each chakra of the body. And in turn, all of this sound, the Om sound, is a sound of the universe, God. We have 2 shooting stars here, which indicate that you are both each other's wish fulfillment, and you're both massively in love with each other, and you're both going to be getting recognition. I do see stellar energy here, which indicates that you could be a power couple, and your fame and your stellar energy is increasing for the masses, so you're both going to be recognised for your hard efforts. I also do see children, and I do see a playful energy and flirtatious energy between you both. I also do see a lot of love being poured out from your heart space, and you're both heavily attached to each other in a good way with a hook. The dice that we have is, the first die is yellow, lots of joy. We have pineapple or piña. We have exotic energy here, we have the other here, we have difference. I'm picking up on Aquarius energy here, or Uranus, strong Uranus placements in the zodiac astral natal chart. I also do see a trip abroad, somewhere in Latin America, South Central America. I also do see maybe this is one of your favourite fruits. Pina colada is also another one. I do see tropical holidays, vacation, and again retreat here, which we had maybe for some of you a honeymoon, where you're going to be having a retreat, a honeymoon somewhere which is very tropical, and you can have a pina colada on the beach. Cheers to you. We also have a robot here. I feel like both of you are quite geeky. And it's an aquamarine colour. I think it's also another message about the beach and an island, but it's also retreat, where you're able to just be geeky with each other and nerdy with each other in a sweet way. The two other dice that we have is, the first die is the hand. So I do feel like you're blocking people away so that you can distance yourself from the world, which is also in keeping with the card that we had in terms of retreat and disconnecting from the world. This does talk about assertive power, boundaries, and we have the colour red here, which does talk about stability and survival, which essentially is the bloodline, which is back off. I do see that you are protecting your love and your relationship and possibly your children or the child that is about to come in, to be birthed in, which is divinely guided. The second die we have is a colour pink with flame. I do pick up on twin flame energy here with both of you. I did mention that you are a divine partnership. If you don't resonate with the twin flame journey, that's okay. Just know that both of you are divinely connected with each other. The flame is also passion. So I do see that there is a flame being sparked again in your connection. There is a rejuvenation, a rebirth, a re-romanticizing energy in your connection. I also pick up on the film Romanticizing the Stone. I think that's the film. Anyway, I pick up on nostalgia and watching movies of a bygone genre. I'm hearing lots of romance. So that's what I have for you, Pole 2. If you like this reading, let me know down in the comments. And if you wish, you can listen to Pole 3 as well, or Pole 1. And I really enjoyed it. Let me know how it resonates, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So for those of you who picked Pile 3, we have the card Soulmate. And this is the actual card, the visual of all of the cards from the Romance Angels deck. A beautiful card to behold, a very unique card to behold. It's not a card that comes up very often at all, very rare. So I am picking up that a lot of you have been wondering about whether you are in a soulmate partnership, and you are. And this is very rare and unique. Yes, this is your soulmate. Lots of intimacy here, not only of a physical nature, but of an emotional nature and an intellectual nature. Remember that intimacy is threefold and fourfold. It is also spiritual. Beautiful card. There's so much love and care and attention between you both. How to hype you up? We'll have a look further. Let's have a look at the Shaman's Dream cards. Pile 3. I knew this card would come out. We have Joyful Muse, we have the cat and a violin, we have inspiration, and not only is he or she, the cat, holding the violin on the left side, but on the right side there is a paintbrush and a panel as well, a paint palette. This cat is also wearing glasses with butterflies on them. This is the first card. We have number 33. This is the third pile, and we have the number 33. Some of you can actually be expecting right now, expecting a baby. Some of you are really wanting to have a child, and you feel the energy of the child coming in really soon. The second card is Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. It looks like the Wheel of Fortune, but it's also a compass of north, south, east and west. It's very bronze and rose pink, rose gold. This is the second card, and we have the number 35. The dial on the compass is on the north and west, closer to the west side. This could be significant, and we have the number 10 that it is indicating. For those of you who are dancers or love to dance, we have dancers on one foot, balancing act, and we have a green fairy with her right leg pointed up towards her with a slight attitude. The leg, that is. The leg is in slight attitude. This is the third card, and it's the number 9. Just a slight interruption. Your lover loves the way that you move. They see you moving very gracefully, and you are amused to them. You are amused and you are amusing. The last card is Empty Well, Time to Replenish. That's the fourth card, and we have number 16. The empty well is going downwards, it would seem, and in the middle there is a circle with all of this ethereal blue and also red-orange light. It looks like it's swirling from left to right. Now we have 2 cards here that I can see that have 2 circles, and one is above the other. I do feel for you, pile 3, that maybe you had lost hope in love and you felt empty without your lover. This can happen and does happen in a twin flame connection, where the twin flames connect at a later stage in their life and of their accomplishments. A twin flame is a soulmate connection as well. It is a divine connection. But I do feel that nonetheless, whatever one lacks, what one is empty of, the other one is able to fulfill, and vice versa. Now, the number 16 in the tarot is the major arcana of the Tower. Some of you may have had a drastic change in your world, or you may have experienced a lot of loss, and you've been trying to fulfill and fill up your cup in your own way, but you knew that there was something missing, and that something missing was another being that made your complementary puzzle piece fit. So this person is part of your cosmic tapestry, and the reason why you are here is for both of you to connect, to interweave your creative talents. I do see music, I see art, I see dance, I see the arts here, and I see that both of you are here to come together in the Western world to replenish what is empty in the world. So you're here to be of service for the world. We have number 33, which is a major arcana, which would be an indication of the Empress, number 3, which is the mother, and someone who's very creative and someone who's very abundant and stable, reliable, beautiful, Venusian, feminine. And the 33 is a master number. Some of you could be incredibly inspirational to many people who carry a creative gift or carry creative gifts, plural. 33 is a master number which we don't usually break down in numerology. We have number 35. 35 is a 6, 7, and 8. Number 8 is the number of cause and effect, and is an never-ending loop that we experience on this planet Earth as we learn lessons that we then release and tick off the Akashic records. Number 8 is also financial success. So I see there's a lot of you who may have been lost or financially empty. As a side note, or as a big note, a lot of you get your acknowledgement and your self-confidence through the praise, and also in turn your pay, which is an energy exchange of your creative talents and gifts. And for those of you who've been lacking in that of late, maybe the last 3 years, it's been very difficult, you'll be getting that in abundance. You'll be getting praise in abundance and financial aid, financial security, financial recompensation, because you deserve it. What you've been learning at this time, during this time of financial lack and woe, is patience and also moving in silence. You've learned how to move quietly and smoothly and seasonally. So what that means is that you know when the time is to act, and when the time is to receive, and the time to gestate, and the time to be inspired. There are 4 seasons in the year, and each one will talk about that. Now we have the colour green here with the dancers on 1 foot and balancing act. Green is connected not only with the heart chakra, it's also connected with value, as in money. So pole 3, I do see, and how I like to hype you up, pole 3, is that you really know your worth, you know the value of what you create, you know the value of who you are. You also respect women, you value nature, and you value the time that you have with your partner. Let's now have a look at the Wheel of the Year Tarot. I do see that your next muse will be nature itself and possibly the ballet. So some of you could be going to see the Nutcracker at this time. But your next muse could also be your child or your children. You may also already have a child and they could really inspire you. Children are very inspirational themselves. They're natural artists of all kinds: actors, film directors, cinematographers, musicians, painters. Temperance. Yes. Ten of Cups. Pile 3. I've been wanting to say pile 2 actually as well, so you may have some messages in pile 2 for you. But yes, your patience is being rewarded. For those of you who are creatives and you've been serving, you've been creating your work in servitude to the universe, to God. This is a beautiful prayer in itself of something graceful. You're very graceful, but it's also, there's an energy of diligence here and devotion. Devotion is a big word for you, I feel. I also do see Sagittarius energy here as well. We are currently in Sagittarius season at the time of this reading, so happy birthday to my Sagittarius friends. And whatever you have been pouring your heart into, creatively speaking, you're going to be getting that back during this season, or during Sagittarius season. There could also be a very significant Sagittarius in your life, or many. You may also have prominent Sagittarius in your natal chart in astrology and or Jupiter placements. Jupiter is actually about enhancements, fame, recognition. I also do see the 10th house here being amplified in your natal chart, pile 3, where I'm seeing that whatever you have experienced that was really difficult with the number 8, which can talk about the 8th house in astrology, the house of pain and illusions as well, also traumas, as well as yes, just lots of pain. Can talk about bad habits too, dreams, subconscious. I do see that whatever has been hidden and you've been creating that, maybe hidden project that's been creative, you're going to be getting paid and you're going to be recognized in the house of fame and fortune and recognition and public affairs, public arena, which is the 10th house. So I do see a lot of recognition for you. The 10th house is also Capricorn. It's ruled by Capricorn and is very Saturnian. So we do have this dial here which reminded me of the Wheel of Fortune, which can be very Saturnian in itself. Saturn is the lord of time. So your time is coming to get paid and your patience is being rewarded. In a nutshell, pile 3. We do have lots of happiness and joy here with the 10 of Cups. And I do see here that there is a happy family and everything that you've ever wanted in terms of love, of all types, emotional, friendship, self-love, as well as love from your community and of course your lover, is being fulfilled. So congratulations. The 10th house is here with the number 10. Let's have a look now at the Psychic Tarot, which I use as oracle cards. Now we have the number 5, obstacles and challenges, and we have number 14, patience, which is again the Temperance card twice. So Sagittarius or Sagittarian person is very significant for you, pile 3, in this chapter of your life. your seed the seed that you have planted is going to be bearing massive fruit. We have a woman here in the second patience card, or second temperance card. In her left hand there is a peace lily being born, and she's seeing that, and that lily is a symbol of peace. It's also in her left hand, which is the hand of receptivity and receiving. So you'll be receiving financial gain that will bring a lot of peace for you. The lily is also very feminine in nature. We have 5 here, and the 14 rounds down to a 5 as well. So we have big changes, not only in your love life in a good way, where there is a further stability in your love life of an emotional nature, but also I'd like to hype you up by going through it anyway. I see that you've been very diligent and devoted to your craft, to the love that you have for your creative talents and your projects, and no matter what, you never gave up and you kept persevering. I'd like to hype you up and congratulate you on that. So well done, pile 3. You are now leaving the obstacles and challenges into a new timeline of abundance. Some of you could be moving into the timeline of number 3, so a year number 3 in numerology, or a year number 8 in numerology, or even a year 5 in numerology. But in any case, with that 10, we are now moving on to a new chapter. Beautiful. We're going to be moving into the charms now, so let's have a look and see what else there is for you, pile 3. Pile 3, so let's have a look at the charms. Now remember how I spoke about a rebirth, or even rather a rebirth, that came in pile 2, but pile 3, a child. I do see that children are going to be inspirational to you. I also do see a child possibly for some of you who are wanting to get pregnant. We have an anchor here, which came out in pile 2, and we have a dolphin, so you could be very connected to dolphins, and the anchor is financial stability and security overall. We do have happiness here in terms of family, friends, and peace in the home in general. We have this charm here with the heart and the bottle top, which came out in all of the other piles, pile 1 and pile 2, which is you've got your heart unlocked to love, but there is an overpouring of love, like champagne, just constantly pouring. So there's something to celebrate here too, which is going to make you very, very happy. I do see here there's a vine here, so a lovely pretty vine. This is reminding me of what you are sowing is going to grow exponentially. We have a flower and a leaf, a maple leaf possibly for some of you who are based in Canada, could be significant, but we have also, this is an acorn leaf I think too. So again, it's about whatever you have seeded is going to bear fruit, and I do see the spring months being significant and autumn being significant too. We have this charm here which has the initials M and M, so 2 M's. You could be with someone who really feels like a twin, and they may have the same letter or initial in your name. And the last charm that we have is the ribbon, and this always reminds me of breast cancer research or just cancer. So some of you could be great advocates for that, and some of you could be tithing or putting your money into a charity of your choice that really resonates with you, maybe connected with children or with mothers. Basically, Spirit is saying you'll have enough money, not only for yourself, but also to give to causes that really mean a lot to you. The dice. So we had these dice in pole 2. So we had the yellow pineapple and we have the aquamarine robot. So in pole 2 I mentioned honeymoons, and I mentioned joy and exoticism and travel and being on an island and being in retreat. Pina coladas could also be significant, and water, as well as being geeky with each other. Being free to be yourselves with each other. The other dice that we have is the pink alarm, or the pink megaphone, and we have the blue bicycle. So you might have a blue bicycle, but the pink megaphone is telling me about something from your heart is calling to you. And I feel like this is a call from Spirit. I do think this is connected with your call for love. So you're sharing this beacon of love from your heart space to the world, and you're attracting fellow other soulmates. That's beautiful. The Ten of Cups and the soulmate energy is not just happiness, and not only happiness with your loved one and loved ones in your nucleus, but also attracting soul tribe as well. So that's beautiful. We also have the blue, the blue bicycle, which can talk about travel on the road. Jack Kerouac, the book Jack Kerouac on the Road, could also be significant. Or just maybe doing some road trips that are short road trips, or cycling could be something that you might wish to do with your loved one. Or maybe learning how to cycle again, or getting back on your bike again. So maybe this is about putting yourself out there, but I feel like whatever has been stagnant is now moving forward in the right direction. So that's what I have for you from a very windy, stormy day from England. Thank you, Pile 3. If you'd like to listen to Pile 1 and Pile 2, you can go ahead and do that. I hope you've enjoyed this ASMR reading for you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.